Why have Roald Dahl stories been rewritten?
Yeah, so this has been all over the internet over the past couple of days. Roald Dahl, of course, the beloved children's author, has had his books rewritten by the publisher Puffin. Now, we've got some examples here, so let's have a look what we're talking about. So this one first from the edition of The Witches. So the first edition says, "Don't be foolish, my grandmother said. You can't go round pulling the hair of every lady you meet, even if she is wearing gloves. Just you try it and see what happens." And that's now changed to, "Don't be foolish, my grandmother said. Besides, there are plenty of other reasons why women might wear wigs, and there is certainly nothing wrong with that." Great. Wonderful. And this also from The Witches. "Even if she is working as a cashier in a supermarket or typing letters for a businessman." That has now changed to, "Even if she is working as a top scientist or running a business." Nice little feminist edge to that one. And from the original Matilda, we've got, "She went on, on olden day sailing ships with Joseph Conrad. She went to Africa with Ernest Hemingway and to India with Rudyard Kipling." And that's become, "She went to 19th century estates with Jane Austen. She went to Africa with Ernest Hemingway and California with John Steinbeck." So this isn't just censoring the bits that are perceived to be problematic. This is actually rewriting, and it's not as good.
No,
let's just first say that.
I mean,
it's not as good.
You've got to admire the ego of somebody who thinks that they can take Roald Dahl books and be like, "No, I know how we can improve this."
Yeah.
I mean, it's an absolute nonsense. What are they going to do next? Are they going to take some felt tips to the Mona Lisa? Are they going to put
make a smile a bit more clear?
Put a sunroof in the Sistine Chapel? Yeah. You know, could we carve a vagina into Michelangelo's statue of David? It's where's this going to end?
Okay, so my problem with all of this is well, obviously it's the revision of artistic works from history. We wouldn't have a Western canon if we got rid of every author that had problematic aspects to their character. But now they're doing this because of what the things he's saying in the books. But the books are meant to be twisted, aren't they? They're meant to be dark and
yeah. I mean, that's the whole point of children's literature, is to sort of give them a safe space to be able to examine these things, ugly, fat things.
Yes.
And
I'm going to censor you in a minute, John.
Yeah, well, I'm used to it. But
the word ugly and fat have actually been taken out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Ugly and fat. They've also taken out the word female,
right,
which is weird, and they put woman in, like somehow female is exclusive, and now women, because women means everything.
Did they put woman with an X in? Womuxen, did they put that in?
I don't know.
No, okay. That'll be next.
I don't read to my children. I just give them iPads.
Yeah. I mean, I find this really appalling. I mean, it is this idea that you can revise an artist's work. I find it actually really morally objectionable. Yeah. I just don't think it can be excused in any way at all.
Yeah, I think they crossed a red line with this. And the sort of ideological thrust behind it is really obvious, because not only are they sort of removing the gender from sort of negative depictions of women, but they're introducing gender. So there's a line where he says silly idiots or something. That's been changed to silly boys. So they're actually...
That's actually worse.
Yeah, they've made it, they've regendered it.
It's interesting that they took out any reference to Rudyard Kipling. And that's just because the sensitivity readers don't like Rudyard Kipling. Right?
Also, Steinbeck, such a strange replacement. Weird? What, are they going to have, like, the end of like, breastfeeding babies because they're starving to death in Dust Bowl America?
Well, also, isn't...
That's the one book I read as a student, by the way.
Isn't Of Mice and Men quite a problematic text in of itself, anyway? So aren't they making it worse?
That wasn't the book I read.
No, OK. Grapes of Wrath.
Yes.
Yeah, OK, there we go. Anyway...